dog, cat, those are good pets. There's a reason why toucans have not caught on, you know, as far as... So just try to give the toucan a simple pet.
Raindrops keep falling on my head.
You're trash, Brock.
Disembodied Brock, back again. We now have new and exciting perks for joining us on Patreon, including ad-free early access to longer versions of our videos, credits in each video, and shoutouts on Instagram, and also behind-the-scenes exclusive photos, videos, and more. Join our Secret Flight Club channel on Discord, where you can have direct access to chat with me and other members. Plus, new merch designs are now available in the shop with a limited time discount. Thank you guys for helping us stay sponsor-free and keeping our rescues happy and healthy. What's up, everybody? Good to see everyone again. We've had a little bit of a weird last month or so, but we're back. Everybody's good. Everybody's healthy, including me. Well, hopefully at least. But I've had a bit of a revelation lately. Now, I do some lurking on the Toucan community groups. I don't often post there, but I do lurk every now and then. Let's try to get Rhea in here. And I've noticed that, I mean, of course, you all know that I don't recommend toucans as pets. And that's not because I don't think anybody out there, or nobody out there, can handle them. It's because people are usually so woefully unprepared and just can't. It requires a special kind of person with a little bit of insanity, kind of like me, like a little kooky in the head sometimes, to sacrifice a portion of your life for these birds. Because when people say good pet, you know, you think like a golden retriever or something like that. Dog, cat, those are good pets. There's a reason why toucans have not caught on, you know, as far as... As far as pets go.
You're trash, Brock.
See, there you go, right there. Your first example. Okay, let's move back a little bit here, because that actually is a good lead-in to what I wanted to talk about today, because I feel like I have noticed a little bit of a change in the community of people. Look at Beatrix here. I'm going to try to keep a toucan in the frame at all times. A little bit of a change in just me, like for instance, I've had the birds in the aviary for the last few years, and I've noticed an influx of people putting their toucans and aviaries and toucanettes outside in aviaries now. And I can't help but wonder if maybe I had a little bit of a positive influence there. So maybe there's some good that can be done outside of just telling people don't get them as pets. You know, there's things that, maybe warnings or advice that I could potentially give. It's a question that I see pop up a lot right about this time of year. People who have... I know Rhea is being so loud. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know why she's making so much noise. But people who have gotten baby toucans right about this time of year, those baby toucans start going through changes. You know, the same little change talk we got in middle school, where they go through puberty and their hormones start kicking in, and they turn into a very, very, very different animal. Baby toucans are usually very sweet, very chill. If baby toucans stayed how they are for their entire life, absolutely I'd recommend them as a pet. They're the sweetest little things. They're always so attached to you. But then a change occurs, and it will not ever stop. This is what your life is going to be. Oh, let me go try to quiet Rhea down. So I wanted to do a quick cutaway here, because while I was editing, I realized it would make a little more sense if I added some context before I continue the video. So basically, toucans fledge at about a month and a half or so. So they leave the nest and they start spending time with their parents, but they don't fully wean technically until, I want to say, more like 3 or 4 months, if not more. Because the babies will spend time with the parents for quite a long time after they've left the nest. Now typically breeders will try to unload the babies at about the 2-month mark. But it would probably be better if they continued getting some formula after that. And I think this is the reason why there's such a drastic change in personality after that period. So not only because of puberty, but they have this attachment to their parents. So when they're babies, they're going to want to be all over you. They're going to want you to feed them. They're going to even try to swallow your finger sometimes because they expect you to feed them like their parents do. Like that's how they see you, right? So people get this impression when they first get them that that's how the bird's going to be. But then they mature, they become adults. They start becoming a lot more solitary, a lot more independent. So, and that's when they fully start, eating on their own. So between that period after they fledge, they will feed themselves, but the parents also feed them. And this also helps strengthen their microbiota in the gut. All their gut bacteria they get in part from their parents for a lot longer in the wild than they would in captivity. And that's a big problem with toucans. I think they become more susceptible to infection and bacteria and stuff like that because they don't have a strong gut microbiome. And anyways, just to add some context to what I'm going to be saying the rest of the video, that's basically how it goes. So the parents, when they regurgitate the food for the babies, they're sharing some of that good gut bacteria, and it helps strengthen their immune system. So in the wild, the birds would probably not wean until they make that personality change. And so that's a little bit different in captivity because normally you're probably going to get a baby toucan if you get one at around 2 to 3 months, and they have not fully made that switch yet. Anyways, as I was saying, right about this time of year, changes start occurring, and those sweet little baby toucans, like Lalo, who was a sweet little baby toucan at one point, and Rhea, who was a sweet baby toucan at one point, start turning into little dinosaurs, just like you saw with Rhea earlier. And it does not stop, and it will never stop. And there's periods where it's a little bit worse than others. For instance, towards the beginning of the spring, they're typically a little more hormonal, but they aren't like parrots where with hormones you can just give them their distance and they'll stand their ground, they'll stay over there. Like, they will come hunt you down. They will chase you. Rhea's sitting right behind me. Oh, here. Well, she was sitting right behind me. Now she just jumped down. She's trying to... She keeps trying to jump on this rope above. And I edit this stuff out usually. She's trying to bite me right now. She will follow me around and try to bite me. And Rhea is by far I think probably the most cooperative toucan I've ever had. Like, she will typically jump down to my arm if I ask her to. And she's very clingy, she's very attached to me. But I would say half to almost 70% of the time, I'm giving her blueberries now to keep her calm. But I promise you, watch her. Now if I don't have, see what she's doing? You can't see my hand in the frame there. I just had my hand out. She's trying to bite my hand with the camera. And then see how she wants to bite me. Now if I go over here, this is more prominent in a house environment, but it's hard to really demonstrate here because this is the bird's area. There's one place for me to sit, and I will get footage of her later. I'm usually editing out biting, but I think maybe I'm going to stop doing that from now on. Like earlier is something I would probably typically edit out because it doesn't seem like a fun, lighthearted video, but maybe I just need to show them for what they are. And flaws and all. See her looking for my hands right now. And just for science, I'm going to put my hand in her general vicinity, and we're going to see what happens. Oh, God. She didn't get a good grab on me that time, but you can see, just to put it in perspective, when I started going to therapy years ago, when I first started going into therapy, I have so many scars from bites from toucans on my hands and arms. I don't know if you can see them very well in the light, but I have so many scars from toucans that my therapist asked me if I was self-harming consistently, and I kept having to reassure her that no, it's just the birds. See if I come over here. Look at her. See her? And this is not, I mean, this isn't just an experience unique to me. Go ask Bird Tricks or anybody else with a toucan that has reached maturity, and has anybody who has any experience with toucans or living with toucans is going to tell you the same thing. They will hunt you. They won't just stand their ground. They won't just, they won't be fine as long as you don't come into their space like a parrot. They will come after you, and they will look for every opportunity they can to bite you on the head, ear, eye, hand, arm, feet, doesn't matter. Whatever they can get a hold of. See, I'm like flinching because I know what she's going to do. She's looking at my fingers. Look, I got food for you. Don't bite me. I know you're trying to bite me right now, but here. As long as she's got food in her beak, she's fine. But as soon as that food goes away, oh, she's gonna throw it. She doesn't, that blueberry wasn't good enough. Now let's say, like watch, look, like just earlier when I was changing her food out here. See that? See her? If I'm trying to adjust her food or do anything, look, even if I lure her away, Lalo does the same thing. Funny enough, the other birds are actually better about it because they don't typically want to come near me because they're scared of people, but look, they're all like swarming because I have blueberries here. Do you want this, buddy? Look. You want that? Okay, well, Rhea's gone away, so I'm just going to start messing with the food bowl here just for demonstration purposes. Pretend I'm giving food. I'll take the bowl away and pretend I'm putting it down. Oh, look who's here. Look who's here. I'm hesitant to let her bite me fully because I know it's going to bleed like crazy and I don't want to have to go get stitches or anything for a video. Look, I'm not doing anything. I'm just putting food here. Hey. And there's not really any training away of that. But basically, the only thing you can do is kind of like play their game and push them away. Like, let me put your bowl back in here. She's just a little... The toucans, that's what toucans do. They bully. You are bullies. You're all bullies. Doesn't matter what kind of animal it is. Person, other bird, cat, dog, doesn't matter. They will bully you. Stop. Basically, the only thing I can really do is see her. She wants to bite me so bad. Look at Nacho just watching. He's like, yes, yes, excellent. Do it. Do it. And it's so weird because she's so needy and she freaks out when I'm not around. But then I come around her and she wants to murder me. So. Look, I gotta put this back into the holder either way. So you need to go somewhere else. Go over there. Maybe if I just do it real quick. Oh, come over here. Oh. Rhea. Ow. Maneuvering herself around to this branch. She didn't get me too bad that time, at least. The hard thing with toucans is like if they grab you and they are able to shake, that's when they really do the damage. Why are you the way you are? Huh? I know you're just a toucan and that's just how you look at her. She's still trying to look for an opportunity to bite me. No. Come down here. I'm gonna go sit And then we're gonna see how long it takes for her to come over to my chair and start trying to bite me. Okay, everybody's chill right now. She didn't get a good hold on me, but it was not, I mean, it still wasn't pleasant by any means. The worst is when they can actually get a little pinch of your skin. It's actually better if it's an arm, like a full arm or a full hand, rather than just a pinch. Because they'll go for like the fat on the back of your arm, or like, you know, like kind of where the tricep is. And they'll sneak up and grab that. Here, like this little area on the back of your arm. Like watch. But she comes over to this branch, watch her. You know, look at her. She's gonna go right for that little sensitive area, and if they get a little pinch of that hurts a lot. I'll have to go test. Lalo's being good, but he does the exact same thing. Every bird I've had has, even Tupac sometimes, as disabled and elderly as he was, he would still try to grab me when he got a moment. As soon as he got a little, I mean, he couldn't bite that hard because of his conditions, but he did do it a lot less than the others, but he still tried. Ripley was really bad, and Rhea and Lalo are both, they're just little a-holes. No other way to put it. Well, look who's over here. Trying to act casual, or what are you doing? You gonna bite me? Oh, yeah, see? Just like clockwork. Just like I said. Now imagine being in a house with this. You gotta go. Get. I'm not gonna give you a blueberry or anything. I'm not gonna reward you. Although I know your instinct is stronger than your conditioning. So no matter how much training you get, you will still be a toucan. And you'll still have your little toucan bully instincts, won't you? Alright, go here. We're going to try to just push her with my arm. That way neither one of us gets hurt. Ow. She still got me a little bit. Just for a little proof of concept with Lalo. See my hands over here? See him? He does the same thing. Now if I go all the way over here, can I pet you? Let's see if we just try to pet the toucan. If we just try to give the toucan a simple pet. Just one simple pet, Lalo. Ow. Nope. Just resting my hand here. Hope no toucan. I hope no toucans come to bite me. Sometimes Lalo's very sweet, and he lets me pick him up and hold him and pet him. But most of the time, this is how he is. And look. Let's say I'm trying to do a video here, and I have my back turned, I'm not paying attention, or I'm trying to work. His aren't quite as bad as Rhea's, but Rhea will really, like, Rhea and Beatrix actually, both of them, they bite the back of my head. It hurts, and it makes my eyes tear up really bad. And it's especially frustrating when I'm just out here trying to work and feed them and, like, take care of them and do things, like, to give them a nice little comfy life out here. And they follow me around and try to bite me the entire time. It's a little, some days it's kind of disheartening, but, you know, I know what I signed up for. And now hopefully you know what you're signing up for. If you have just gotten a baby toucan, or you want to get a baby toucan, first of all, let me tell you, don't. And secondly, if you must get a toucan, consider an aviary or a toucanette or something like that. They're a little more, from what I've experienced at least, they're more calm and chill and more social than the bigger toucans. The bigger toucans are more solitary. I mean, they live in a flock. but they're more independent in that flock than an aviary would be. Like an aviary, they have bigger flocks and they all pile into a log and sleep together. These guys don't do that. They have their one single mate within their flocks of about maybe 7 birds or so, and then they hang out with their mate. Sometimes they fight with their mate, and they don't really get too close to the other birds usually, unless it's for fencing or just sort of general socializing like that. They don't really preen amongst each other and that sort of thing. Anyways, I want to say at about the 7 to 9 month mark, their attitude's going to start changing, and they're going to start. Cute baby toucan is now, yeah, that's more like what you're getting into. The baby toucans will give little love bites and stuff like that. They're typically not too rough, but as soon as that switch flips, say goodbye to that cute little baby toucan, because that's what you're going to be dealing with for the rest of its life. Isn't that right, Rhea? And if I put my face any closer to her, she wouldn't hesitate to bite it. Even though she loves me and she's obsessed with me, she will bite the absolute piss out of me any chance she gets. So, just want to warn you guys about that. I see a lot of posts, and it's always starting around this time, where people start asking, you know, why is my bird's attitude changing? That's why, if you haven't gotten a toucan yet, really consider that. In a house environment, they just don't do well in a house environment, the big toucans especially. And someday I'll do a whole super video on all the reasons why you shouldn't get one. Most likely. Like I said, there are keepers that can do a good job, but it takes a special, weird kind of person to deal with their BS. Oh, okay. She wanted to regurgitate that papaya and enjoy it again. Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure we did some updates, or I did some updates to Patreon. There are new perks now. Ad-free videos, all the content from here, TikTok, Instagram, everything is going to be there uploaded ad-free for those select tiers. And also for toucan sponsors, we're going to start doing feathers in frames with a little photo or something along that line. I haven't decided exactly what I want to do yet, but if you're a toucan sponsor, you're going to be getting a feather from that bird soon, and hopefully a nice little display. And anyways, I've updated a lot of new stuff there, and check out merch, of course, too. So love you guys. See you next time.